And welcome to Hero Power. I'm your host, Avanties, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Zerotio.
Nerfed for 10,000 years.
You were prepared.
I don't know. That could be argued.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll tell you what. Here we are, the first week of Ashes of Outland.
Yeah.
Oh man, has it been interesting. How's your first week been, Zerotio?
So my first week was pretty good. Demon Hunter, we'll talk about it more later, but Demon Hunter was just oppressively good to the point that they ended up having to nerf it, but we'll talk about that in the news. And I got Legend during that little period of time.
Demon Hunter nerf.
I hopped in Demon Hunter. I think I have close to or just over 50 Demon Hunter wins total already on my 500 count.
Wow.
And yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit. I've been playing lots of stuff, but being out of work right now and on layoff, I've had a lot of time to play Hearthstone. So I put in a lot of games. I'm into Legend. I've kind of tanked my Legend rank. I'm sitting around 7,000 right now, mainly because I'm trying some shenanigans. I did make a OTK Blessed Champion Paladin using the Abyssal, the Supreme Abyssal, which is the 8 mana 12/12, and it cannot attack heroes.
Uh-huh.
And so then I used the Dalaran Librarian to silence it, and then throw some blessings on it, and then
smack him in the face.
Blessed Champion to double it and hit him for 32. Was able to pull that off a few times. It also has Mechtherodon in the deck. Warlock is bad for that deck because all those pieces can be destroyed for 0 mana with Sack Pack. But other than that, it's pretty good. It has good numbers against non-Warlock decks. And it's not great against Demon Hunter, but it works. I'm just having a lot of fun right now.
That's awesome.
And a little bit of news before we get into the actual news about me is Team Hearth Legends, THL, is doing a special off-season event. They usually do one between each season.
Mm-hmm.
And they're calling it March/April Madness. And they've taken 64 players from THL that I think 40 some qualified through various means of becoming champion or all-star or whatnot. And then they voted on another 22 to be added to the 64 based on their performance. And I was one of the voted.
Awesome.
So I will be representing the pod people and, of course, Hero Power in the March/April Madness. Ridiculous Hat's also in that tournament, as well as another pod person, Starlax. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I haven't decided my lineup yet. I'm probably going to do a couple practice sessions next couple days. I got to have my lineup submitted by Thursday. But if you want more information on that, you can go to teamhearthlegends.com. And if you click on the blog link, it's right there at the top.
Okay. Awesome. I have yet to play Demon Hunter. I've played a lot of Hearthstone this week. I have played a lot more Hearthstone this week than I normally play, and I have yet to play a single game as a Demon Hunter. I've been playing Druid. I've been playing Shaman, which is the deck we're going to play tonight. But yeah, no, I've been playing as everything but a Demon Hunter. I haven't even completed the legendary quest they give you to play 3 games as a Demon Hunter yet, because haven't played Demon Hunter. Haven't really wanted to just yet. There's so much, so many fun things to play in the post-existing classes. So like I said, I started this week in the Bronze 5 area, because
Okay.
I hadn't played a whole lot leading up to the release of Ashes. I was really waiting for Ashes of Outland to drop before I started playing Hearthstone. And so in the the last couple of days, I have raced up the ladder from bronze 5 to silver 3. Probably will make it into gold tonight sometime, and then go from there. So I've been having a lot of fun in this meta, not playing Demon Hunter so far.
Yeah, so let's kind of get into the news, and then we'll discuss a little bit more. Obviously, the top news topic is that Ashes of Outlands came out on April the 7th, so it's live now. And within 24 hours, they announced a nerf to Demon Hunter.
That's right. That's right.
And those nerfs actually went out within 36 hours of launch. Went out that evening. So this is the fastest nerf from a set release. I think Rusticon Rumble had a nerf shortly after, but it was like within the week.
Right. Yeah. They have never reacted this fast to a launch with changes that I can remember. And let's break those down real quick. There were four card changes to Demon Hunter. Skull of Gul'dan went from 5 mana to 6 mana. The Imprisoned Antaean went from 5 mana to 6 mana. Eyebeam's Outcast ability had its mana cost changed from being free to costing 1. And the Aldrachi Warblades durability went from 3 down to 2. So, if you guys don't know, Aldrachi Warblades and some of those other cards were part of that big OTK Demon Hunter build, which is still possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those were the big Demon Hunter changes that came with that within 24 hours of the launch.
And they did kind of mention in the post on the Blue forums that they are willing to look at further nerfs or adjustments, balance changes is how they refer to it, within the next couple weeks. But this is the first thing they wanted to do. This was because Demon Hunter was first off, it was one of the most played classes, which is understandable because it's new. Second, its win rate was roughly 10% higher than the second highest win rate, and that's gross. Now, since the nerfs, it dropped really low. I think it was like in the mid tiers. They were considering it a tier 2 deck. The highest Demon Hunter deck was a tier 2 deck. But last time I checked on HS Replay, which was earlier today, it has climbed back up to the top, but it's only by a couple percentage points. It's not like a gross number of percentage points. So I think the nerfs were good enough. There are still some weird outlying situations, but I don't think... I think all of the Demon Hunter decks are just fair. I think they're on the verge of being unfair in a couple situations. I know everybody's really gravitating towards the Highlander OTK deck with Kel'Thas. I didn't think it was good to begin with. It just caught people off guard. Mm-hmm. But I hope they don't make any more changes. They also made a bunch of changes in Arena because the Arena was ridiculous with Demon Hunters, and it still is after the changes so far. And they basically dropped the offering rates on a handful of cards. And the link to that will be in our show notes if you want to know all the details on that. Because there's like over a dozen cards they dropped the rates on. And I think this is something that they're going to be working on with Arena balancing a little further. It's first off, what do you think of the nerfs? I know you don't play a lot of Demon Hunter. But
haven't played any Demon Hunter.
But as somebody who has played some and faced some Demon Hunters, what do you think pre and post nerf?
So yeah, I have played against some Demon Hunters, and I like the change, especially to Skull of Gul'dan and Eyebeam. Those cards were just incredibly powerful on curve, as they were. and I think this kind of better brings them in line and makes them not quite as oppressive. So I feel like they're a little bit. And Eldrazi Warblades, I think the decrease in durability from 3 to 2 is fine. I think that was needed. It was incredibly powerful at 3. Bringing it down to 2, it's still strong, but I feel like it falls more in line with other weapons for other classes that we see. Sort of like True Silver Champion, things like that. That's a 2 durability weapon as well. So I feel like those it falls more in line with that. Other than that, I was, like I said, the only Demon Hunter I have actually played thus far was in the prologue. I haven't played it on ladder yet. Probably planning on doing that tonight or tomorrow and at least knocking out that quest. But I've just been having so much fun with the other classes right now.
So speaking of the other classes, is there anything so far that stood out to you that you've liked? Obviously, let's say other than the Shaman we're going to be playing tonight. Is there any other classes or deck archetypes that really stuck out that you've enjoyed playing?
Yes. I've been playing the heck out of some Ramp Druid. And this was a deck that was posted in our Discord by, I think both Dave Howard and Sergi posted deck lists for Ramp Druid. And I think I'm running Sergi's version 2 deck list. And that deck, turn 4, you've got 7 mana and you're dropping big bombs. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I ran Howard to Dave's list because I knew you were running Sergi's list. So I really enjoyed it. It's a little bit slow for my style without enough oomph at the end. I did tinker around it a little bit. I also built some Bomb Warrior, and I got beat by a Quest Bomb Warrior. Yes, Quest Warrior. And I tried getting the list from him, but he didn't accept my friend request. And I've kind of built my own, and it needs a lot of work, but it definitely didn't work the way his did. There's been some Galkrond Warrior I've played a lot of Hearthstone. The spell only or no minion mage, is depending how you want to call it, has been a lot of fun. I like that casino mage style where you kind of have to, rely on RNG a little bit to high roll your wins. And then obviously the Galkrond Evolve Shaman, which we'll play on the show today, that really, really snatches the itch for me for that RNG high roll element to a next level. It's just so, and it's good on top of being a high roll deck. And that's something that I like a lot, is high roll decks that can also be good. Kind of like a Holy Wrath Paladin, where some people would not call it a high roll deck, but it's a high roll deck when you decide to Holy Wrath on turn with 15 cards in your deck. So
right, yeah.
But I'm just loving the meta right now, both pre and post nerf. Even though the nerf happened, within the first 48 hours, I didn't hate. I wasn't not enjoying the game. I didn't just go, I'm done playing this. I mean, I got Legend, obviously, using the Broken Demon Hunter, which a lot of people, I had a few opinions on that. Some people saying, oh, so you got Legend when Demon Hunter was broken. Yes, but I was also playing against all the other Broken Demon Hunters.
Yeah. And Blizzard's going to roll back everybody that got Legend during that time.
I mean, if I hadn't faced, if it's something I figured out and nobody else had, I'd feel a little bad. But honestly, I had to face other people playing the same broken cards, and I just played better than they did. I think I went on like an 87% win rate.
Wow.
From Diamond 3 up into Legend. So it just kind of jumped through.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
All right. we've kind of talked about, our thoughts on the nerfs, and we've touched a little bit on our thoughts on the meta post and pre-nerf. Do you feel like Demon Hunter's more in line with the other classes now post nerf? I mean, do we feel like,
so,
based on the numbers that we're seeing, that, I mean, because I've seen different screenshots on social media that since the nerf, Demon Hunter's now like second or third in win rate.
Yeah, and today it actually popped up in first again for a short time. There are a lot of people that are making variable decks with Demon Hunter. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, they all kind of look the same. They have the same core cards. Well, yeah, the Demon Hunter class just came out. All they have is basic initiate cards and then the set cards. So all of those decks are kind of be a little amalgam of each other. I haven't seen a very successful big demon list. They've mainly been tempo. I thought I'd see more straight aggressive Demon Hunters, but I think because the hero power is already aggressive, you don't have to build an aggressive Demon Hunter. You're kind of competing for the mana those early turns, so it kind of gravitates towards a tempo style, and I like that, and I think it allows for counterability, and there's a lot of counter decks. Like right now, Warlock is really, really good. Why? Because it has Sacrificial Pact and can kill any demon they put on the board, no matter how big or small.
I've already seen the social media posts for Hall of Fame Sack Pack. Sack Pack's too powerful. Most powerful card in the game. Needs to be removed or needs to be nerfed. I'm like, guys, this card's been in since day one. It's not been an issue.
Here's the thing, and this is the thing. It's kind of a pet peeve that drives me a little nuts. So when people start raising the pitchforks over a certain card, yeah, that card is oppressive if you're playing Demon Hunter or if you're playing demons. Sure, there's a lot of really good demons right now, but honestly, just because you play that style doesn't mean that deck is broken. Maybe switch up your style. Play a different deck that's not going to be beaten by Sacrificial Pact. There are good decks out there. Druid's really competitive right now, and it doesn't really have anything that gets wrecked by Warlock or Sacrificial Pact. The Pure Paladin is right on the cusp of being good. There is a Libram list that's non-pure that Ridiculous Hat made, and I've been playing with it as well as the pure list. I've played 2 or 3 different pure lists, and I haven't figured out which one I like better. I think the pure lists I enjoy playing more, but the non-pure list that Ridiculous Hat gave me is statistically a better deck. It wins more. It has a higher percentage of wins versus the vast number of classes, and it's better against Demon Hunter because it has some neutral tools in it that allow you to, like Harrison Ford, or Harrison Jones, sorry, not Harrison Ford. We're not filming a movie here. Harrison Jones is in there to destroy the weapon. And it does do well against Galkrond decks as well because the Galkrond classes all have that weapon that can be destroyed. So there are a lot of good decks throughout multiple classes right now, which is not something you can usually say after a set release. Usually when a set comes out, 1 or 2 classes are the go-to classes and nothing else really gets played. And I could probably list about 4 classes aside from Demon Hunter that are competitive right now on the ladder. Again, we're 5 days removed from the set coming out, so those numbers will change. I had somebody in my friends list talk to me about how the meta is so crazy right now and they can't grasp anything. It's changing from day to day. I said, no, it's changing from hour to hour. So just pick something, be creative, and just grab on for the ride. This to me is some of the most fun I have in Hearthstone, is when the reset button gets hit like this and people are scrambling to find out what's good, and meanwhile I play bad decks and still win.
Yeah. So, all right, that brings us to the next topic on our news feed, which is the next Masters Tour, which is being held in Jönköping, Sweden, is
nice.
That's where DreamHack originated.
I know, but I'm just flabbergasted you pronounced that correctly.
So that's where the next Masters Tour will be held. It's going because of the ongoing global COVID-19 situation, they have decided that it, like Masters Tour LA that we had recently, will be held online. Yes. As will the following Masters Tour that is supposed to take place in the Asia Pacific region. And
they hadn't even locked down a location for it yet. So before they've even decided to go through all that hoops and all that mumbo jumbo to try to pick a location, they're just saying we're not even going to do that. We're just going to, and I suspect the rest of the year is probably going to be all online Masters Tour. Correct. Now, what does this mean for you as a player? If you are a competitive player and you'd like to enter these qualifiers with the off chance that you can get in, but you're limited based on qualifying for the ones in your area because you can't afford or have the time to travel, you can now compete in these qualifiers for these different regions and know that they're going to be online, so you can still compete in them. So now, mind you, I think some of these will take no, you can qualify in America's qualifiers as well with an America's account. So this is good because a lot of people right now are not working or they're self-isolating and they don't have a lot to do during the day. So people like me could enter some of these qualifiers and have the time to do them. And if I qualified for Jönköping or the Asia Pacific Masters Tour, I know that I'll be able to play in it because it's going to be online.
Yeah. So the Masters Tour online Jönköping will take place June 12th through the 14th. That will be during Central European time. And Masters Tour online Asia Pacific will take place July 16th through the 19th, so almost a month after the other one. And that one will take place during Korean Standard Time. So basically, the Asia Pacific will take place overnights in the U.S.
Yes.
And the Central European Time is going to be offset. You know, they're usually about 6 or 7 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time, which puts them 9 to 11 hours ahead of Pacific Standard Time. So
now these are just those Masters Tours, which is something to know if you're trying to qualify. Your qualifiers will be there's lots of qualifiers on the Play Hearthstone website.
But it's important to know those qualifiers are happening right now as we speak.
Yes. Yeah, April 2nd through May 24th is the Masters qualifiers for the Jönköping online Masters Tour. But if you do qualify, know that you will have to stay up later to compete in the Masters Tour. I'm really excited. It says a finish with at least 7-2 in Masters Tour Los Angeles will qualify you for the Jönköping online as well. So if you did well in the Masters Tour Los Angeles, which was originally Bali, then you're already qualified for that. This is good. I think this is good for the community, and maybe this is the way that Hearthstone should do their esports. Maybe. I mean, I like live events, don't get me wrong, but maybe if they did all of their Masters Tour like this, it would open the door for DreamHacks and PAX and a few of these other conventions to do live events that act as qualifiers for the Masters Tour online. I hope this is successful. I know that last time they had a lot of production hiccups trying to get things. They did really well considering the circumstances, but there wasn't cams, there wasn't
but now they have time to plan ahead.
Now they have time to plan ahead, so I'm really excited to see how the production works. I don't know. I didn't miss the cam shots, to be honest. I think just having quality sound is good enough for these type of events. But let's see what they do with it. Obviously, they'll have time to send these casters equipment, because before they just used their own equipment.
Yeah.
They'll be able to send the casters and the production crews equipment and make sure they're all set up at their houses to get these done. Yeah, I'm excited to see esports evolve with the pandemic and the crisis we're going through right now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, that brings us to this week's Tavern Brawl, which is the Fury of Kael'thas. The Sun King's rage echoes through the tavern, empowering spellcasters of all kinds. Build a deck, and every third spell you cast each turn will cost 0. So,
yeah,
I have not played through this yet. Have you done the Tavern Brawl?
I did. I sleeved up the no minion mage that I saw that I was going to play, but this is even before I played it on the ladder, and faced another mage who had lots and lots of basic and classic neutral minions in their deck. I think they may have been a newer player, or they just didn't know how it worked and just maybe did the build your own deck just to try to get it done. Yeah, they didn't grasp the concept. I did have a turn 3 puzzle box of Yogg-Saron. Followed by a turn 5 puzzle box of Yogg-Saron.
Yikes, okay.
Followed by a turn 6 puzzle box that immediately drew a concede. I kept generating random spells in my hand off my puzzle box, which gave you more puzzle boxes. It was pretty nasty. So it was a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. All right, so that does it for the news and discussion portion of the show this week. Now we're going to talk about this week's deck list, and I have to say it's a deck list I have been playing with great success thus far. And it is the Galkrond Evolve Shaman. So I'll run down the deck list for just a second, and then I will let Zerotio talk about how the deck plays and tell you a little bit about it. So the deck list is 2 Sludge Slurpers, recently unnerfed, 2 Evil Totem, 2 Invocation of Frost, 2 Novice Engineer, 2 Bogstrok Clackers, which is an MVP card. I'll tell you guys after Zerotio talks about it. Then you got the Desert Hare. You got 2 of those. You got 2 Farsight, 2 Serpent Shrine Portals, 2 Devoted Maniac, 2 Dread Corsair, 2 Bogspine Knuckles, another MVP card, 2 Shield of Galkrond, 2 Corrupt Elementalist. You have Kronk's Dragonhoof, Galkrond the Tempest, and 2 Mogu Flesh Shapers. So, Zerotio, tell them a little bit about the deck and how much just fun this thing is.
So, there's a lot of MVPs in this deck. It's filled with MVPs, but it is one of those high roll decks, so RNG does play a little part in this. 2 cards I really wasn't sure about in the list was the Dread Corsairs, but then I quickly realized that Dread Corsairs are basically 0 mana 5-drops, because you play the Bogspine Knuckles, you immediately play the Dread Corsair and then attack, and that Dread Corsair turns into a random 5-drop, and it costs you 0 to play. There's also a lot of kind of play around where you want to play down the Corrupted Elementalist, and then you want to trade in you instinctively want to trade in your 2/1s to kind of clear the board before you evolve. But sometimes you need to fight the urge to do that and just turn those 2-drops and those 2/1s into 3-drops, which then just challenge the board. So as long as they're not presenting counter lethal, it's better to have just better quality minions on the board than less minions on the board. So that was something that took me a little bit to learn kind of when to trade and when just to let them have their board and make them have to trade, because the quality of minions on the board are so much higher than theirs.
Yeah.
Which it can be tricky. I am currently 20-11 with the deck. That's a 65% win rate. It has a little trouble with Demon Hunter, as most classes do. But all in all, and let me see if I can pull my my broke down stats for this. Let's see here. Is that the right deck? I don't think it is. All in all, the deck as a whole is really good. Especially, it's 3 and 4 against Demon Hunter. It has a winning win rate against every class other than Shaman, but that's only 0 and 1. Right. So it does really good against Warlock, which surprised me a lot. I expected Warlock to be a lot better. But usually when you're getting a huge evolve turn, your Warlock is also doing their big Galkrond turn, and their random demons don't seem to match up to your random just
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of 50-50 against Mage right now. I haven't really figured out the best way, because you kind of, it's a high roll deck as well, because it's a no minion Mage.
I'll go ahead and say most of my losses have been to Demon Hunter. And I beat a Warlock, I've beat a Druid, I've beat a Mage, I've split a couple of games with Hunters. Just depends on the start that they get versus the start that I get. But no, I've been having a blast. Like I said, I've gone from Bronze 5 to Silver 3 with this deck, and just having a blast with it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to get in there and just have fun with it. It's just a good. I love decks where you just have those aha turns where you play your box by knuckles, you go to face, and then you're like aha, and your board you got 2 Death Wings, you got all kinds of junk on the board.
One of my biggest learning curves with this is I have a tendency to make my moves, attack, pass the turn, but when I attack, my field evolves with the knuckles, with the box by knuckles, and then I could possibly have another attack if I get a charge or a rush minion. So I have to wait. I have to physically stop myself from clicking in turn and to reevaluate the board and see if I have any more plays before I hit in turn.
A trick I learned with that is listen for jobs done.
Yeah.
If you don't hear jobs done, you likely have either a rush or a charging minion.
Right. So, all right. Well, I am, like I said, I'm loving this deck, so I want to get right on over to the play portion and watch you play this deck, because it's that much fun. So, you got anything else you want to add before we head out this week, Zerotio?
Yes, I just want to add that remember your friends during this time that we have going on. Obviously, a lot of your friends and the community are online, and just remember that everybody's going through some tough times right now, and it's different for everybody. Just reach out to your friends every now and then online. If you're spectating somebody, make sure to ask how they're doing. Maybe you're not in a position to help in a way of monetarily or help people through this crisis, because everybody's going through a crisis right now. But it's important to know that there are people there to listen and just be there for you, emotionally, and just listen to what's going on in your life. And I appreciate the community that has been there for me, asking me, hey, how are you doing? How are things going? And even though it's tough, it's nice to know I have people I can at least vent and talk to and express what's going on in these tough times. and we'll make it through it, and we'll be stronger for it. So just be there for your fellow gamers. I think the big slogan right now that is hashtag play together apart, and just be there for each other and wash your hands. Wash your hands.
You got to think about it. The online game community is in a unique position in during this unprecedented time in our lives, where they're wanting us to self-isolate and social distance, and that doesn't really affect the online gaming community because we can still spend time with our online friends that we have developed, and we can still hang out together and play games and do what we normally do. So, it's the people who may not be used to this lifestyle that we have that you really want to check on, because being alone or isolated away from other people can be really hard. So definitely check on your non-gamer friends as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's another good point. Thanks for speaking up on that, because just remember and I had to be reminded of this. I think I've not been secretive about it. I've been laid off from work, and this tragedy has severely impacted our business for the company that I work for. And even when this tragedy is over, it's going to seriously impact us. But I have to remember and remind myself and others that I'm not the only one going through this. And while it sucks, and you kind of want to have a pity party, and you should, you warrant one, but know that everybody else does too. Fortunately, our government is taking steps to help everybody out, and that can't come fast enough, but it looks like it is coming fast enough. And this isn't a political podcast or anything, but just be there for each other. We drove over and delivered some toilet paper to a friend's house that didn't have any, because we happen to have some. If you can help others, know that others will help you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it. If you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion. If you are listening to us via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOgamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show and you would like to help support and improve it, you can do that by heading over to patreon.com/HeroPower, where for as little as $1 a month, you can join us in the conversation on our private patron-only Discord. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power, and then wash your hands.
Alrighty.
You don't know who else has touched that hero power button.
That's right. Yeah, you don't know who's using that hero power. So I am ready to go as soon as you have found a worthy opponent.
I'm spinning. Let me make sure my spectator. I'm almost positive it is, but yeah, it's on. I haven't competed. We're in the off season for THL right now.
Right.
But right after this tournament, we'll be getting. I think it's April 27th is the start of the next season of THL.
Yeah. All right. Let's fight the spectate boss and see what we get.
What do you think we got?
I'm gonna guess mage. Oh, look at that! It's a demon hunter.
Come on. Okay, so we have novice engineer.
So I want to point something out here because the people at home can't see this because it's in the top corner. But you are currently ranked 7,355 legend, and we're playing against a Diamond 8 opponent.
Yes, we are.
What's with the discrepancy in? Because
it's MMR.
I was gonna say I've seen this in other places. People have been complaining about, like, "Hey, I'm Diamond 9. Why am I playing a Legend player?"
It's because they're good enough to play a Legend player. That's really what it means. When you're in Diamond, you don't see ranks, but once you're into Legend, you can then see your opponent's rank. I'm going to keep the Novice and the Evil Totem. Okay. I'm going to throw back the Rusher. And the Sludge Slurper is actually really good here.
Yeah.
The early game is kind of tricky against Demon Hunter because for 1 mana they can kill just about anything.
But they're going to take 2 damage to do it.
They are. I think we just open up with Sludge Slurper. Getting in that early chip damage will make our boards more threatening later. Okay. Goblin Lackey's good. That'll clear those early demons. So see, he can't play the 1 mana 2/2 demon on the board right now.
Right.
Because it just dies to the Sludge Slurper.
We just do it again, don't you?
Yeah, I think that'll set us up for 2 mana next turn. We could double Lackey. We could Evil Totem. I think we just Sludge Slurper again. Get these overload turns out early.
Draconic Lackey. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Draconic Lackey can pull you some really good stuff, like the big Rusher to clear some of their big demons. So he's just going to hero power that down.
Yeah.
Is he going to float a mana?
He is.
He is.
So do we just play the Novice Engineer here, or do you want to go for the Evil Totem and get it developed?
So we got a couple lines of play here. The Evil Totem will make them invest a little more into it. Obviously, they haven't invested anything but their hero power so far. We could even Invocation of Frost, freezing their face, though I think that might be better later once they get a weapon.
I agree.
What do you think, the Evil Totem or the Novice Engineer?
I think we just trot out the Novice Engineer and see if they invest another of their 3 mana in clearing it.
Yeah, I don't hate that. And it draws us a card. I'd like to see a Farsight. Desert Hare is not terrible.
No.
You really don't want to throw... A lot of people do Tempo Desert Hare, but against Demon Hunter with Altruist, it's not good.
It hurts.
Okay, this is good.
Coin to clear. Okay. So I think now we double Lackey and run the Draconic Lackey in to clear the 4/2.
So yes, I like that. I like Draconic Lackey. Let's Draconic Lackey first, and drawing the Bogstruck Clacker is going to be great for turn 6.
Correct.
Let's get to Draconic Lackey out first.
Ooh, Evasive Feywing?
I think the Evasive. They don't have a lot of targeted spells, but it'll keep it from the I-Beam.
Right.
So let's take Evasive, and then we're going to Goblin Lackey and kill the 4/2, and then I'm going to Invocation of Frost his face.
Okay.
And then kill that 2/2.
Kill the 2/2 with the 2/1 Rusher. I like it.
The more important part is we got an Invoke on the stack.
Yes.
We're going to have a choice coming up turn 6, either to Corrupt Elementalist or do a Desert Hare Bogstruck turn.
Well.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
That's an investment.
So, what do you think here? Do we want to go Evasive Feywing and float a mana, or...
I like that better than the alternatives.
The Desert Hare into Evil Totem?
Yeah, I don't like that because I want to use the Desert Hare with the Bogstruck.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we put out the Evasive and hopefully he has to trade in with Kane. Because he can't I-Beam this.
No.
And even if he doesn't I-Beam, he might have to build up a lot of resources
to use
the space.
He might have to use a weapon and hero power or something.
Okay. Oh, he's going to use the 7/4. Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't develop a minion to stay on the board. So we have 2 options here. The question is how much are we worried about that Kane? We're at 26, and we don't have a lot of developed taunts in the deck. We could Corrupt Elementalist and clear the Kane, or we can Bogstrok Desert Hare.
I think you corrupt Elementalist and clear this turn. That puts 2 more invokes on the stack.
True.
And then we can look at Desert Hare Bogstrok next turn or later as needed.
If this Elementalist stays alive, we could evolve into a 7-drop.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know what... I'm not sure what version this is, if this is the Highlander OTK style combo death Demon Hunter, or if this is just tempo. So far, it looks like the combo Demon Hunter.
Right.
So that Warglaive is going to be problemsome because he'll be able to hit all of our minions, but he's also going to have to use his face to do so.
Right.
Okay.
Devoted Maniac.
What do we follow it up with? Just Evil Totem Hero Power? No, we wouldn't be able to do both.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that. You could. So I was just thinking you could clear. So either way you do it, he's going to have to use. You can use the summon 2/1 to clear the 4/2, and then he would have to expend his last two charges to clear the other 2 minions.
Okay.
Or you could Desert Hare Bogstrok and pray you get something that can charge or has taunt.
Again, I'm not worried about him killing us this turn. He used it to go off till turn 8. I want to go ahead and get the Bogstrok off, though.
Okay.
I want him to have to put resources in dealing with a board.
Right. There's a 1/7 taunt, yeah.
I'll take it. Because if we draw the box by Knuckles, we'll be in a really good spot. I don't see him dealing with this entire board. Altruis? No.
I-beam.
There's the I-beam.
Okay.
I had a feeling he had an I-beam.
Satyr Overseer.
So he's just going to put both charges into that taunt. Wow.
And then go to the face for 5 or 6. 7.
I'm surprised he did. I'm surprised he didn't clear the Desert Hare. Okay. So we can corrupt Elementalist.
Okay.
And then once we corrupt Elementalist, the flesh ship will be free.
Yeah.
So let's start with playing that, and then the Mogu.
Send the 2/2/1s into the 7/2 and the 4/2.
Yes.
And then use the Mogu to clear one of the 2/2s.
We'll go face with the Desert Hare.
Play the Evil Totem.
Either that or try to roll a Taunt Totem, but I think
I think developing the Evil Totem now may be our best opportunity.
I agree. I mean, we're kind of getting dangerous. Oh wow, though the Witchy Lucky is not bad. Again, this matchup is kind of... Oh, wow.
Second Warglaives. Wow.
So he's not... Well, I guess it's pretty obvious he wasn't Highlander because of the Satyr over.
Right. And we've not seen a Bog Spine Knuckle yet.
No. Wow, he's just clearing. So he still leaves these 2 minions up?
Okay. So, Witchy Lackey the Desert Hare?
I think so. Let's send it to face first. We will Witchy Lackey the Desert Hare. Get us a 4-drop. Okay, Replicatortron. So we don't want to put our taunt next to it.
No.
Do we just Devoted Maniac, clear those 2 minions, and play the Dread Corsair?
I think so.
We got to make sure Dread Corsair is not next to the Replicatortron.
Come on, hit the Witchy Lackey. Hit the Witchy Lackey. Dang it.
That's fine. That's still fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's still fine. We are in a tough spot here. And he's used his health as a resource.
Yeah, I think we have to Kronks this turn if we don't draw something worthwhile. We have to get to. And it may be too late.
Yeah, well, there's Boxspine. Okay. So we're going to Faceless.
Yeah.
Because that's going to give us a 2-drop.
Swing Face for 6.
Boxspines. Yeah, we kind of have to, don't we?
Yeah. Go Face for 6.
Just go Face. See what we get. 8 damage to charge. Taunts? No taunts. No, that's going to be game.
Yeah.
That's a list I haven't seen before. I just realized we're facing against someone named Illidan. That's funny.
That is true.
And, I don't mind losing so much, especially if I see somebody in Diamond and they're just, they're in the grind like I was.
Right.
So, it makes me as a Legend player not feel so bad for losing. It's like, I'm helping somebody else get up. I would like to face something other than Demon Hunter. Like I said, though, I'm 3-5 against Demon Hunter with this deck now, so it's obviously under 50% win rate, but it's not like, I can't beat him at all.
Right.
Okay, here's Warlock. It's
okay.
The Warlock. Took you a second.
Yeah, I didn't see the name until just a minute ago. It took a second to load in.
I think I just throw back the Shield of Galkrond. I keep the Slurper and both Bogstrocks. Is both Bogstrocks, is that a little greedy?
I think so. I think you throw back Shield and one Bogstrock.
One Bogstrock? Okay.
Because we need to draw something else for the Bogstrock to work with. Like a Desert Hare.
Well, there's Desert Hare.
Yeah.
I love seeing Farsight and then getting a 0-costed Desert Hare or a Bogstrock. That's always really good. Wow,
it feels like every time I cast Farsight, I draw the Bogspine Knuckles and get to play them for 2.
Yeah, there's really good valuable reductions in this deck. I think Farsight was one of those cards I was like, is this really that good? And it really is.
Yeah.
Okay. Think we Sludge Slurper again, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So what do you think? What do you think about coining out the Witchy Lackey to set up? Well, no, we won't be able to Bogstrock next turn anyway.
Nope. I think you wait, you Desert Hare Bogstrock on 5.
Okay, that's fair. Save the coin for turn 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think depending on what he does here, we just throw out the Evil Totem next turn.
We could Ethereal Lackey and Witchy Lackey that. If he doesn't kill this, I'm killing that 3-1. He doesn't have the coin.
He can't. He doesn't have another play.
Yeah. I like if he doesn't do anything else, which I don't think he is. I think we Ethereal Lackey.
Okay.
Because we might get a Earthen Might or no Earth Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's Ethereal Lackey. See if we can get something to deal with the 3-1. There's Earth Shock.
Yeah.
There's also Serpent Shrine.
Yeah.
There's also Mutate. What do you think? I think we're better off just trading in the 2-1 and then either... for some reason, I'm wanting to play a little greedy, and the Mutate is just jumping at me.
Okay. I'm down with being a little greedy here. It's still early.
I'm going to trade in. I'm going to Witchy Lackey, the Ethereal Lackey, see if we can get a good 2-drop.
No.
That's not bad. That'll draw us Farsight or
true.
Invocation of Frost.
Yeah, that'll draw a spell.
I think we mutate the Witchy Lackey now.
Okay.
Okay. That was kind of a rip, but now he feels like he's going to have to trade into these. And I like the Star Scryer because that's gonna draw us a
spell.
A spell, which Farsight, it could be Serpent Stride Portal, it could be Invocation of Frost. There's a lot of really good spells in our deck.
Wow. Okay.
And he leaves it up?
Okay, let's see what we've got here, because you could play the Mogu now.
Well, we could actually Desert Hare Mogu.
You could. And then clear with the 3/1. Should we clear with the 3/1 first, or do you want to go face with it?
No, because then we won't be able to Mogu.
You're right.
We won't
Go face with the 3/1 then.
face the 3/1?
Well, unless you want a Desert Hare Mogu first and then clear with the 3/1.
We could have, but
see, I think we hold the Desert Hare until next turn, and we Desert Hare Mogu Bogstrok.
What about Invocation Frost on one of these 1/1s, trade into the other one, and then we play the Evil Totem?
I like it. Do it.
I think he's telegraphing that he has Plague of Flames.
Right.
And he's either wanting us to trade, or he's like, if he develops too wide, I can just Plague of Flames this board.
Yeah, yeah.
And depending how much he invests on this board, if he goes face, we can get an Evolved Mogu. We might still be able to get an Evolved Mogu. I don't think so now.
I do. I mean, you could Desert Hare. That'll make the Mogu cost 2, right?
Yeah, and then we coin Bogstrok, and then it's down to 1.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we can't.
We wouldn't be able to do it. But I do like the Desert Hare Bogstrok.
Yeah, I think we stick with that. See what we get. Maybe we can force him into playing the Plague of Flames.
Yeah. Oh, we got a Rusher. Do we kill it off, though?
I think so, because...
Okay.
And now, let's hope the...
Hit the 1/1.
Yes!
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. That's good.
So if he's going to Plague of Flames, I think he does it now.
I'm surprised how aggressive he's playing with the Galkrond Warlock list. So now he's having to trade. Okay.
I would have thought he would have Plague of Flame there if he had it.
Yeah, he would have. I don't think he has Plague of Flame. So that's one thing I like about this matchup is you get a lot of value out of Mogu Flesh Shaper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So if we Devout Maniac...
let's Novice Engineer first, I think.
Novice first?
And then Devoted and clear 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and Devoted.
Well, the other option is Serpent Shrine Portal Ethereal Lackey. But
I don't hate that.
We don't clear so Serpent Shrine, the 3/1, I guess. Develop a 3 cost minion and play the Ethereal Lackey.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Okay.
I think I like that better. Maybe we should have played the Ethrolactic
Oh, that's
first.
a good minion.
Yeah. We don't have a dragon, so Urshock?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm just he's been his prioritization has been really weird.
Yeah.
So this is setting up good because that the Knuckles can go right into the 5/4
Correct.
to clear it. Wow. Now he's trading. So we could just Bog Spine, and I know we're only evolving into a 2-drop, but it sets us up for next turn.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, it seems like a weak play, but it sets us up for a really good play with the Devoted Maniac next turn.
So we've only invoked once so far. So we're nowhere near being ready to play Galkrond.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best option.
I should have went face with the Ethereal Lucky first. No, I can still do that. Never mind. I forgot it's upon attack.
It's upon attack, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take it. Card draw. Yeah, he's had to change his game plans. Okay. Go wide. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Okay. It still isn't bad.
Yeah.
Still isn't bad. Question is, what's the best line?
I think for sure.
If we devote a Maniac, we can Mogu Flesh Shaper.
Okay.
So we devote a Maniac.
Yeah.
And then we Flesh Shaper. Because it'll be 4.
Yeah. And
trade the 2/1 into the 3/2.
Clear the 3/2, yeah.
Yep.
The 2/2 to clear the 1/1, and the 3/4 to clear a 1/1. Yep, there you go.
And he's going to feel like he has to trade these, knowing we have things like Bog, Spines, Knuckles, and the other Bogstrock in the deck.
Yeah.
And we got us an Invoke, which now we can just play the Corrupt Elementalist, and we'll be fully invoked for Galkrond.
Yes.
I think we almost have 2 Corrupted Elementalists next turn.
I agree.
Now we've turned into a Galkrond deck. Oh, wow. I like that we've seen the second Nether. Yeah, I'll take this. So we're going to Corrupt the Elementalists. You think we use the Earth Shock to finish off the Galkrond, the Shield of Galkrond?
Yeah.
And then play Evil Totem?
I like that.
Okay. We'll clear one of the imps. I just want to make his turns awkward right now, because I think we're going to Galkrond this next turn. He's fully invoked, so he might Galkrond. And having our 8/8 with Rush is probably better than the demons he'll get. Okay, he doesn't have Galkrond yet. Because I think that's a turn you play Galkrond, right? If you were him.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of our 8/8s will trade into those just fine.
Yep. Is there a better option to get rid of the 5/1 than trading in an 8/8?
Hero power. After we Galkrond.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have to trade a single 8/8 if we want to, because we can face down the 5/5.
You're right. I like that.
But I think we Ethereal Lackey first always.
Okay.
Just to see what other tools we'll have.
Ooh, Feral Spirits?
Ooh. Or Vivid
Spores?
I like the Vivid Spores.
It's greedy.
It is greedy.
Because you're hoping those 8/8s survive until next turn.
With Plague of Flames, I don't think they will. I think the Feral Spirit's the way to go.
What about what about the direct damage?
I don't like that at all. I just don't think you get the value per mana that you'd want. Do we go ahead and play the Corsair?
Yes. Yeah.
Hold on. Quick. Trying to. Animations. Want to use our face. I'm preserving the health on the 8/8s because we're putting in the Corsair.
Exactly.
So I know that was really quick, but I decided to use the face to clear the 5/5 because I wanted to save some of the health. I didn't want a Dark Skies to wreck our board.
Here comes the Plague of Flame.
If he has it, this is the turn to do it. Do we Kronks for an 8/8 now? Kronks for 8/8 and do the Feral Spirits?
Yes. Yeah.
That goes really wide.
Yep.
Okay. So he's going to have to use another Plague of Flames and develop a lot of minions on the board, which would probably be Galkrond Plague of Flames, which is a terrible thing. You just don't want to do that. Okay. Dark Skies. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Because now I think...
oh, yes.
Desert Hare Bogstruck.
So this is going face always, right?
Yes, always.
Desert Hare reduces. I'm trying to see if we have a Mogu in who works at all.
3, 4, 5.
No.
Mogu will be 2.
Will it?
Well, you've got 5 minions on the board. Oh, no, you're right. It only reduces it by 3 more, so it'll only go down to 4.
So Desert Hare, do we evolve this 8/8, this 8 drop?
Yeah, sure. It's already damaged.
Okay.
Now it's fully healed. And I think you go ahead and summon Galkrond's Fury and put it into the 5/3.
Yeah, I was thinking we go ahead and pump it in there. Oh.
That's
Nether?
a Twisting Nether.
Twisting Nether?
Yeah.
Does he get a better option? I don't think he does.
I don't think he does either.
Yeah.
Farsight.
Do we just load up Corrupted Elementalist and Hero Power?
Yep.
It's nice and wide. Our Kingdom for a Bog Spine Knuckles. Be a great next draw. Oh yeah, definitely would be a great next draw. Oh, he got the Priestess. He got a really good roll, actually.
Yeah, he did.
Priestess is the big one. Mortal Coil, that's going to be another damage to our face.
I think that's it.
I think you're right. I am going to send the Serpent Shrine to his face and see if there's not a 3-drop that is a miracle. Or is there? So, I don't think we don't have enough that could die. If we had more ways to develop minions that could die, maybe.
Yeah.
But with this deck, you never know what you're going to get. That's what I like. So, 0-2. Again, I've had good success, but it is kind of streaky.
I've had really good success with it, but I'm higher up in the ranks.
Lower, you mean?
Or yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'm only in silver.
I've only played it in Legend, and I'm 20-13 with it now, 61%. So it's not a bad deck. It's kind of my go-to if I've lost a lot with experimental decks. I'm like, I just need to win some, and I don't want to play Demon Hunter, so I'll pull that deck and I'll win quite a bit. So it's a fun deck. I don't think we had the best lines.
Yeah.
That Warlock was really playing. He started out real aggressive, and then he switched. I don't know. Maybe he was debating us. Maybe we looked too much into. I thought too much into his gameplay than what he was playing. So.
Right. So, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for us this week. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you haven't done so already, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. Also, for more details about our Patreon, head on over to patreon.com/heropower. And until next week, good gaming.
Bye, guys.